good shit.
Yep.
So, all right. Last week, I was really tired, and I totally screwed up during a fight. And
So he comes
you
back and
guys
he's
killed.
full health again.
You guys killed a boss that was a lot less hard than he should have been. Hemik was revealed to be an evil person, and
Big reveal.
yeah, Groven specifically realized that Hemik like radiated this aura of evil about him, basically like a detect evil spell. But anyway, that is how the Hemik was being tracked by these Shadow Legion, who were trying to kill him or not kill him, but use his body as a sacrifice by breaking his bones over this demonic altar to free their leader of his curse of being a ghoul. So that went down, but Hemik survived. The ghoul guy went to ghoul heaven, which he didn't want to.
The Ghoul Guide.
Because ghoul heaven is not a nice place, especially for traitors like him to his own kind. So that's where he is now. And you guys are... oh, hey, fictional. Hey, Neo chick.
Yay.
Haven't seen you in a long-ass time. Hey, fictional lover, and let's see who else. Where's Zero?
He might still be
Yeah.
at work.
Probably.
Okay. But anyway, so that happened last week. I was basically in a half coma, and I totally screwed up on, a lot of tactical decisions.
I don't see how there
Also, his rolls kind of sucked against Hemik. Like, he just could not hit Hemik.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But he could hit the crap out of the tanks. Oh my god.
It was only 34 against me and then 20 against
And
me.
there really wasn't much you could have done last time,
Mhm.
like,
I
besides
shouldn't have
actually
ignored...
giving him some backup.
Well, yeah.
I also rolled
Well,
like
I
a champ for Groven.
Just to have the defenders
Yeah,
have
Groven and I
something
like to
to
double.
have to take care of, maybe.
Yeah, you like Groven Groven now knows Hemik is not a very good person, and that is based on the fact that that Chris critted the religion roll, because Groven doesn't have a very good religion check. He just happens to have religion because he's a paladin, but his intelligence modifier is not that great. So it's
He's pious, but he doesn't really know the finer details.
yeah. He does it. He just takes the priest's word for it. He doesn't read. It's that kind of blind faith.
Blind faith in Asmodeus.
Yeah, it's like if you actually read the sacred tomes of Moradin, you would be an atheist. Okay. So anyway, you guys continue on your way. How many days is this gonna take? I'm just looking here.
40 days. 40 days.
Let's see here. Okay, so 277 divided by 30 is.
About 9.
7 and
About
I
nine.
have a calculator.
270 divided by...
Yeah, 7 and a third ish.
9.
Yeah?
What?
270 divided by 30
Oh,
is 9.
270. Oops.
Well, let's see here. What did I say it was?
I was like, what?
200. Well, it's 277, but I just rounded it. I'll round it up.
No. I got the first number wrong, so yeah, you're right. It's not.
Yeah, it's like 9.5 days it's gonna take to get there. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said last week, since y'all are on a less dangerous road, I'm just gonna roll once to see, just one of you guys roll me a perception check.
Okay, I'll do it. My perception went up a decent amount this time.
Not much else we can do to avoid...
Yeah, it's just to keep a lookout for anything.
Yeah.
Because y'all are on a main road, you can't really use like a nature check to navigate a road.
And then I botched it. Yeah.
Good job, Dirk.
Doesn't matter. Crit. You guys are fine.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gonna be 9 freaking days though. So do you have enough rations and everything like that?
I think
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah.
Remember we got like 100 in the city?
Oh, that's right.
If-
back to trail.
Even if we
And
need to.
And we have
That's the
all
only
the
good thing
that
that
we
came
can.
out of Zafarn.
Oh wait,
I think it was
That's
literally
like the only good thing that came out of that city. It's like, no, we're ignoring your quest there. We're moving on. This
we
place
tried not
sucks.
to.
We did actually.
Yeah. Oh no, you tried. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess mark off like however. Let's see here. So, how many people are in your group? 6. So, 6 times 9 is 45.
54.
So
Times tables.
yeah,
No, it's
54.
No, 54. God damn it! I always forget those two.
Okay.
5 times 9. Yeah.
Dude.
There's actually a poem about that I learned called Dear for a girl who uses oh god, what's it called? It's a
I'm
Can't think of the name.
shotgun.
she uses a mnemonic device to remember her times tables, 6 times tables,
Yeah.
and so she does it by naming her dolls after various numbers in the 6 times table. But on the so she has this one that she remembers specifically called My Dear Little 54. But when she gets to class that day and they call on her to say it, and she's reading everything, she blurts out. It was this poem that I remember. I don't remember it now, but I remember the gist of it from when I was little, because I'd struggled pretty hard with the 6 and 9 timetables.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that's from. And I did again. Okay, so in 9.5 days, you've spent 54 trail rations. Do you have enough?
Go
Yeah.
100.
Still have
Okay.
50
Also,
after that.
do
Yeah.
people
Actually, that's on your way. You guys want to forward for anything?
Yeah, I have a thing that helps me with that.
Yeah, if we just then any rations we would have saved, I'll add back.
Yeah, I wasn't
Okay.
searching for food. I was searching for cake.
You, Tethrates. Okay.
Oh.
Like I'm doing this where it's just you guys are foraging for yourselves. Tethrates. Let's see here. What's the DC for foraging?
Flint does never eat. He just
Okay.
doesn't eat.
Okay. Flint, subtract 5 trail rations from the total, and then for Flint, or not Flint, Tethrates. Tethrates, subtract 5 from the total, and then Flint, subtract your entire amount, however many you ate. It was like 9.
Yeah, 9. Yeah.
Yeah, all 9 of them. You didn't eat any. So yeah, 54 minus 14.
40.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys only spent 40 rations.
That's pretty good.
Meanwhile, you guys did manage to catch up, because they didn't make it very far down the road. The refugees, so you're with them too. So you guys are stuck corralling these refugees for like 9 days, and they're all like, "We're hungry, we're tired." So you might want to. I think you're going to have to also take into account maybe feeding them. I'm not sure. Do you guys want to feed the refugees as you go along?
Feed the refugees to each
We
other.
defeat the refugees.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
10 days on a main road. Is there at least something like a market?
Chicken chef?
Like,
You okay. In those 9 days, I'm pretty sure you guys probably would have passed by like something,
some farmhouse or
yeah, I'm
something.
not like I'm not
like a
expecting,
farm, like
mangoes and
there are
things,
some
but-
abandoned like farmhouses around here and stuff.
Yeah, like a pig or a cow is like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like there's gotta
they
be
just-
people
they just
living on
descend
farms
the-
along the main
Yeah,
road.
you find a still living cow, and the starving peasants descend upon it like a ravenous pack of wolves, just eating it raw.
Well, that's
Quite graphic.
So they drop dead a few days later.
Oh, no, it's beef. It's beef. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's beef.
Well, hopefully
You only
not-
get mad cow disease if you eat the brain or the spine. Come on. But Anyway, yeah. So you guys managed to find enough food, well, I don't know. Roll another perception check, whoever wants to, just to see if you can properly find suitable areas to find like you're searching for. Well, Flint finds food. he finds
He just goes
like-
back to where he got the last stuff.
like, guys, there's an entire cache of baked goods here, and they all are like diabetic by the time they get to Verium.
Well, that will be their problem.
Oh man, what am I gonna do with all these sugar cubes then? Everyone's got diabetes.
Yep. I'm here at Liberty, and I to tell you about diabetes. You check
Never
your
see those-
blood sugar.
Wait.
You check often.
Is
All right.
Wilford Brimley dead? Like, I'm just thinking about that now.
I think he's still alive.
That's like the most amazing thing. Like, I don't see those commercials anymore, but I never have. Like, I haven't heard of him dying.
I'm looking it up right now.
Thrilling tabletop action.
Wait, no, he's still
Is he alive?
Wow.
Is he dead?
he's
Is he
still alive.
Is
Holy crap!
Yay.
He's 80. Yeah, yours active 1969 through the present. Just remember him. The Thing. Everybody remembers him from Walk Texas Ranger. I never watched that show. I remember him from The Thing. All right.
We're hungry. We're thirsty. We need insulin.
Are we there yet? Are we there
Yep.
yet?
No.
We'll be almost there for 9 days.
So, just so I have this math right. Travel is normally 8 hours a day, right?
Yes.
Your normal travel day. And then she'd get 8 hours of sleep, so during her watch and everything, okay. I can knock off a ritual every day for Cintiq then, in her downtime.
Yes. Yes.
So that'll be her learning the rest of them, I think.
Okay. All right. So yes, as you start approaching, like I removed token down there, but as you start approaching Verenian, you notice like some of the outer farmland's been abandoned.
We have to forest where we can get for anybody.
No. No.
But
I'm the only one who can Pokemon reference. I don't even play the games.
We didn't march through any tall grass, no encounters.
Yep. Okay.
yeah, we specifically avoided that.
Yeah.
That's
So
how we
anyway,
didn't
as
get any encounters on the way.
as you approach the city, you've seen they've shorn up some defenses on the outer, like I'd say about like in this area, you start seeing like some spiked walls and stuff like that. That it just very slipshod construction, like they were made really fast, probably by a local militia. And you see several zombies impaled on it and stuff like that. But in the outer countryside, you don't see a whole lot of zombies. And you know, as you come even closer, you start seeing these weird symbols on various. You can call into the cities, or you'll see the like on a signpost. But let me just draw it out for you. What this thing looks like. It's this symbol. Boop. There it is. Kind of like that. If you're looking at the map.
Knowledge check, is it?
No, religion probably.
Okay. I'd like to assume, but that wouldn't.
Yeah. Sometimes generally generally with knowledge checks, unless you are, absolutely sure of like the origin of something, it's going to be a guess as to what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's like you don't know what the symbol is. I roll a religion check, and it might yield something, it might not. But yeah, religion, even with a religion check, you're not really sure. It seems like maybe some local custom, but you don't know.
Is she able to make a guess on what it's supposed to be representing?
She's like an angel.
I remember
Last
the
time
last
we
time
had
we
that,
encountered
we
an
ended
angel.
up in some kind of murder death cult, so. Yay?
Yes.
I'm getting rid of this road. Boop.
Although that was only Cintiq and Hemic, I believe. The angel one was the first one.
What angel? What? Because I
The
might have
Sisters
forgotten
of
something.
Mercy.
From my,
Yeah.
oh,
It's one of the things
Oh,
like
yeah,
they
that's it.
appeared angelic until we kind of saw what it really was.
well, anyway, yeah. There's like this white angel symbol that you just keep seeing along the roads and stuff like that. And eventually, you get to Vrinium. This place is it's not 5. That's something.
Oh,
We're not there yet.
Population 1 exit out 100 out 5 exit out.
dog.
Yeah. It's a 1-horse town because that's all that's left.
Hey, that horse are from here. You're very good here, too.
Okay. Yeah, the Rouge Angels. The Rouge Angels hat.
Some kind of
This is weird. It's like a normal town.
We need to. This is a place that's obviously full of television, and they're all over.
Yes. It's very it's like a runner, but looking for first call for person for cult.
No.
Get on.
Have cold travel.
There's so many cults here. It's like they're like notary publics.
Well, you have to go to Code Hope Chapter 3.
Yeah. It's like, but they don't validate parking.
Obviously,
Oh my-
that's the biggest issue they have.
Death
Yes.
cult's just like a surname.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that common. So anyway, you approach. I assume you approach the gates.
Are they doing the thing that was happening at the other city where they're like checking IDs?
No,
Or are they more
it's-
just
No, there are. It's like the funny thing is like it's like you've passed several populated houses outside the city. There's like no like after those initial spiked undead you saw several miles out. Like this was like a day out from the city. Those spiked undead after that, and you started seeing all those painted symbols. You have not in and you've been keeping an eye, like especially Flint. He's been keeping an eye out there. He hasn't seen any like just roaming zombies.
Or any Roman zombies for that matter.
So, like, the,
Yeah.
okay? Then
so,
I guess
like, scarecrows? Like, in a sense-
Some kind well, I don't know, like some apotropaic thing.
That's
You're
a-
not sure like if it's
Okay.
that, but
yeah.
you maybe, I don't know.
well,
The term
They're somehow
apotropaic.
affected by this.
on
yeah.
their approach then.
I mean, I guess you guys could roll a knowledge check about that, but I like your assumption seems like,
Not dumb.
yeah, it's like are these things scaring them off or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, you unless you roll a check, probably no, but I mean, it seems like like gargoyles. Do gargoyles actually scare off evil spirits? I mean, that's what they're made for, but do they? In the real world,
Well,
or
do you
hanging
ever
a
see
dead
any evil
coyote
spirits
for
around them?
instance. You would need to roll a religion check though, just to see. But
I should make it a note, by the way, that Teth is looking increasingly, like, pissed off.
Yeah, he is.
But he doesn't reveal why.
Just mumbling and murmuring to himself, I assume.
Yeah.
But okay, you guys
yeah.
do approach. You guys approach the gates, and these two guys, they cross their halberds, and they're like, "Halt! State your business."
Survival.
Survival. What do you mean?
We've been trekking for the last 10 days down this road. It's nice to see at least a place to stay for a while. If you'd let us, of course.
Oh, of course, come right in. I mean, you know, we just haven't seen, like, he's looking at the giant party of refugees behind you. He's like, we just haven't seen these many refugees in a while, you know. There's not really been much problems around here ever since the Pale Lady came through.
They followed us home.
Okay, that's a totally good person name.
Oh, good.
No, White Wizard's
That's exactly what I
changed
hear. That's great. Okay. Pale Lady.
White Wizard, what happened?
Dang, don't forget your White Wizard and Drag. Thank you very much.
Well, yeah.
Call me the White Witch.
He's just a devil woman.
Yep. All right. So anyway, I don't know if you inquire about that, but they let you through. I don't know.
Teth
Did
doesn't
you want to?
want to know. He decidedly does not want to know.
Well, you know what? I don't mind asking.
Okay.
Look,
What do you
So,
mean by this
listen to-
pale lady?
The savior of the town. Beautiful, angelic creature came in, dealt with these undead. You should have seen it. Cleansed them all right out of existence. What little was left, we mopped up on the outside of the town, about a day's ride from here.
Just
So do
out
we
of
have any proof
curiosity.
this is not the White Wizard and Drag?
Not to mention those weirdies. Some demonic creatures, I tell you, came through the town looking for something. She dealt with them right fast too, I tell you.
Interesting. Idle curiosity. About how long ago was this?
It's like, oh, well, maybe, I don't know. It's been several weeks, I would assume.
Fortnite?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Just so you can use the word.
Yeah, it's been about a fortnight.
I guess
Fortnite.
Well, it is good to see that you have had your troubles taken care of.
Yes. Put those symbols up. We don't know how much good it does, but you know, seems to. We hope it at least shows a symbol of this beautiful angel's glory on the outpost. Gives people hope, you know.
Indeed.
When these people gonna learn?
Heard curiosity sated, Cintiq is now just ready to move on.
Okay. It's like, well, please come in. I mean, not sure where the refugees, unless you know they might have money for going to the inn, but there are some poor houses that will probably take them in.
Guys, no one here is an asshole. We need to burn this place. Something is wrong.
Actually, no, it's only
something.
the god.
Something is very wrong here.
Only the god is
Something
it.
is
There's
very
something
wrong
in
here.
the state of Denmark. I'm just saying.
Something is very wrong here. There's nothing wrong here.
Exactly.
That's why we need to enter the city. If Hemic bursts to flame, we'll know something is truly disturbed.
There's an angel here killing evil creatures. Get Humic to
That's
safety.
Anyway, at that point, do you guys go into the city? The crowd disperse. The refugees do disperse. They're all like, "Oh, thank God, we can get something better to eat." And so,
Oh, I finally got an internet connection again. I can check my Facebook.
yeah, it's like finally Wi-Fi.
My phone's been dead for days.
And they all push their hipster glasses back on their nose and walk along.
Yes,
We
exactly.
would kill them, but the only loot we'd get is fedoras.
Oh God. All
Starving.
right.
That was just our diet.
Okay.
They're
But anyway,
perishing.
Brother Carol, he as the refugees scatter, he's like, can we at least try to stay together, guys? Come on. They all just disperse. He's like, ugh. I don't think they have any money. They just like disperse. He's not sure. He just kind of like shrugs. He's like, well, if I'm getting thrown out of someplace, I'll pick them up. Anyway, I assume you're ready to go see that feller I was talking about. He can probably give us a little more insight into the Necro Shard.
Sounds good.
Hey, Zero.
Hey,
All right, so he leads you to a a it seems like a normal area, like a, I don't know if you call it a flat, but there's, or an apartment or what, but there's several big stone buildings with multiple doors on them, each with their own individual housing unit. Is that a flat or an apartment? I don't know. I'm just going to call it an apartment. But anyway, it's one secluded off near some back alleys, and he knocks on the door, and a little slide latch on the, or not slide latch, a little slide mail slot on the door opens up, and you see a very surly looking man. Like you see his eyebrows like really thick. Very, very harsh looking man. He's like, he looks out. He's like, Carol, I didn't expect you to be here. What's going on? And Carol's like, well, we got some people here. They need some insight into a very particular artifact. I thought you might want to help out. It's like, he cocks his eyebrows, like, show me. So I do you all produce the artifact?
Yeah. I don't see why
Okay.
not at this point.
Without trying to
Do
draw
you want to
attention.
go inside first?
He's just like he's just trying to get you to show the artifact to him before he even bothers opening the door.
Yeah.
But as soon as you show him the artifact, he slams the mail slot shut. And Carol turns to you, clearly embarrassed. Like, I thought he'd be a little more friendly. Maybe he, needs maybe he's, maybe hungover or something. And then suddenly you hear several latches on the door unlocking. And he opens up. He opens the door. There are like 10 latches on this door. He's like, sorry, I had to get the keys.
2 passwords.
He's very out of it sounding. He's like, fellas, this is Borgia. He's an old friend of mine. He's a pretty adept mage. I think he could help us out. Knows a thing or two about the necromantic arts as well. And Borgia's like, shut up, Carol, seriously. So he leads you in. He's like, so, what do you want to know? As he eyeballs the shard.
Well, I guess a good place to start is, why would a Necro Shard be transported north by a bunch of Shadow Legion?
Let me see it for a sec. And he's like, no, does this thing burn or anything like that? Like I'm looking at it, it's giving me some weird vibes here. It's kind of freaking me out,
Freaking me out, man.
Yeah. Maybe like, do I need like some tongs or something?
Probably.
He gets a pair of tongs and he's like, he lays it. He's like, now, he pulls out a very smooth-looking dinner plate with a the convex, and he faces it down where the convex side is on the top. And he gingerly lays the necro shard down on like just the very apex of this dinner plate to where it's just barely balancing on there. And you start seeing the necro shard. One end of the shard is actually starting to point. Like it spins to where one end of the shard is pointing in a seemingly northward, like a northwestern direction. It's like, it seems to be magnetized to whatever source it came from. See, these shards are kind of drawn to one another from what I understand. If you want to read my dissertation on this kind of thing, and he pulls out like a gigantic tome that's like taller than it is. It's the tome is wider than it is tall, book wise.
Of course! Grabs it, gives it a Cintiq.
If you open this, if you actually open this thing up, the shorthand, it's tiny, 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 and written in shorthand. The text is. It's like you'd need a magnifying glass to read it. This guy seems pretty prolific too, because he's got hundreds of what appear to be his books of his own making around the house.
It
Got
should be
hundreds of
interesting
volumes
reading
of his own
material
fan fiction.
another time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, seems to me maybe. Like, did you explain to him what was going on, like where you found this and stuff like that?
Well, I already mentioned that it was being transported in that direction by Shadow Legion. I guess I'll mention what it did to the dragon, because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we'll just say it made the
and just as I predicted, if you look at Appendix C, there's a whole chapter on this. As he apparently seems to know before you even tell him, like he's written up on this sort of thing. He's like, hang on a sec. Yeah, what's up? Okay. But anyway, yeah, they were just. My sister was just telling me she was leaving for something. But anyway, he's. Where was I? And he's like, yeah, I mean, clearly they were probably trying to track the original source of the impact. Have you laid eyes on the actual object? At least pieces of it should be flitting around up there in the night sky.
Yes, and she'll explain about the Ghoul Observatory.
It's like, looks like I'm not the only one who had some insight into what was going on. Interesting. So, yeah. So what I can figure best is this shard is. I think I might know this one. See, I studied this stuff back at the Six Towers many years ago. They kind of kicked me out after I asked too many questions about it. Just in case you're wondering how I'm so familiar with this and why I have a giant-ass book written about it. So anyway, what do you do you have any questions for him or anything like that?
Doesn't sound like anyone does.
It's because he's basically told you, with the exception of the whole the shard being attracted to a larger shard bit. He hasn't really told you much you don't already know.
What happens if you get too many shards together?
It's nothing. I would think. They were probably just looking for the big shard, maybe contain it. I don't know.
Gonna need a wheelbarrow.
Yeah. He's this man, by the way. His appearance is very gruff. He's got a very thick beard and a long coat, but he also has what appears to be a bearskin hat. But the hat is so matted you can't tell where it ends and the beard begins. Like he's a very unkempt man. There's stuff strewn around all over the place in this apartment. Like maybe an old the bowl that he used to show you guys how there had like day old soup in it still.
Yeah, we just empty this out right quick. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. How about this question? Do you know how old this shard is? Or at least how long it's been around?
Well, they had. It's like, let me look at it. It seems pitted, but did something eat this?
Yes, that would be the dragon that it then burned out of once we killed it for the second
He's like-
time.
He gets he picks up the tongs and then looks at it a little bit closer, but it's like if he gets his if he tries to inspect it too close, it like kind of singes a little bit of his eyebrow. Well, not singes, but it it's like a cold burn. So he backs up and then he gets a magnifying glass and he's looking around on it. He's like, "Oh, this is shard A. Looks like. Yeah, I remember this one. This thing's been in the vaults at the Six Towers for millennia, I would think. I used to study it, but then they locked it back up after I left. Guess they busted it back out just for special occasion. Seems someone got some use out of it, at least." As he's eyeing it with a magnifying glass. There appear to be like some striations on it that he recognizes.
All right. Okay, anyone else think of anything else to ask?
Like maybe the nature of these undead, maybe.
How can we get into theory on why the undead have shown up?
A new theory?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have global warming. We have that it's like dinosaur meteor impact type stuff.
It's like, well, he's like, well, I mean, it's the dust that it kicked up. That's charged with necromantic energy. Anything it touches, it could bring back.
Well, we already know the dust. We just don't know why the dust is there.
It's probably due to, he says, well, it's probably due to the charged particles on the impact. If it hits hard enough, it probably blasts the entire area with whatever necromantic energy kicks that up into the air. Everybody inhales it.
Except for sheep. Sheep don't breathe.
He's like, oh, so you encountered this thing. This is a weird phenomenon I used to encounter in some of my studies. We'd shave off a little bit of the shard and test it on things. Apparently, this necromantic energy is choosy. It's got a mind of its own. Seems to choose life forms that will actually cause, that are actually useful to it. So I try it on a rat, nothing happens. Try it on a wolf, there it goes.
Didn't work on a rat? Seems weird.
Dire rat. Oh, it worked on a dire rat.
I think vermin would be.
Maybe it's just like a certain size threshold or something.
Well, it doesn't spread like so much a disease. It doesn't spread through bites or anything like that. It spreads by someone dying. Rats aren't really known for killing things. Like I said, the vessel has to be useful. Even though this appears to be a shard of Nerul and the god is dead, there is still a level of sentience in it. Spark of divinity, if you will.
So is that why it's bringing out all the intelligent undead?
Seems to be. But the really, really interesting kicker to this is that it has morphological properties to it. These undead change over time. You've encountered some of the other earlier sluggish ones, but more advanced forms can form over time. Smarter, faster, sometimes with
Stronger.
extra appendages.
They can
Like I
rebuild
said, my
themselves.
research was fairly limited, despite the dissertation I've written. The actual application is were the original applications I did not get to fully explore before I was excommunicated, if you will.
Did any of your research indicate, does this phenomena, will it end on its own, or does it continue to propagate?
Well, it depends on how many people inhale the dust. Once the dust settles, anyone born after that will probably be fine. But for now, it's best to just burn the dead.
Okay. And of course, we still have, like, dust is still even in the sky, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like at this rate, probably, I'd say a few thousand years seems to be the case. I don't know if you could wait that long.
Okay, then I guess the other question is, does this have any possible infernal ties, or is it just probably, wow, why am I forgetting the word, opportunistic devil worshippers coming out? Because we've encountered a surprising amount lately.
He's like, now that you mention it. Okay, you guys want to see something really weird?
Yeah, why not?
Wow, you're very, very forward about this. Usually when I say that, I get slapped.
If you meant it like that way, then I'd probably do something else. I'm
No,
assuming
no,
it has to
he
be related to the shirt.
Does he in fact start taking off his pants?
Because you remember, weird can also be a noun.
Yes, actually, that is true. But he, yes, he drops trow. No,
Scorching
no, he
burst,
doesn't.
then.
Scorching burst. Oh God. It's like now it smells like burning hair.
Pretty cool.
It's like, oh wow, you have a bearskin hat for your junk too. No, that's just my junk.
Oh God.
It's like, yeah, his bearskin underpants are not actually underpants.
Okay,
It's
moving
literally-
on. What is he going to show us?
He's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We lost track. Yes. He's like, okay, don't freak out or nothing. Were you guys here a few weeks ago when the pale lady came through?
No, we just arrived in the city. We've been traveling from up
well,
north.
you didn't get a chance to see the nightmare then. Okay.
That doesn't.
The nightmare?
Well, no, I mean it was pretty horrific. For an angel, this thing certainly did like to tear people apart and put their heads on spikes. Granted, they were creepy, demonic-looking creatures, but still.
Did she look like a pale reaver? Because we didn't
Oh, I
No,
can
it
tell
looks-
you what she looked like.
It looked like yeah. With that, there is a dragon. Well, you don't know what a dragonborn is, but with that, around the corner appears a very tall, scaly humanoid of some type with a draconic cast to him. Has a large reptilian head.
And
You have
don't
no
tell
idea
me
what
they
this thing is.
brainwashed you too.
So yeah, he's like I said, weird, right?
I'm just gonna stare at him. I mean, is this how he's been treating me for the past 6 weeks? It's like, oh, this guy.
No, he's let you eat out of
Oh,
his
he's
fridge
trying to, like,
constantly and
self-help.
stuff. No, he's like gone. He's like, you've been laying low at his house. He's been like going out and getting food for you, and you
Okay,
you know.
I know that, but like,
No, like from
you want to
his
see something
perspective.
weird? Yeah,
Yeah, it's from his perspective. You are strange.
I guess.
He hasn't specifically been calling you weird, but just like in this particular context, he has.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, he's like I said, don't freak out or nothing. He's like totally sentient. He's not gonna kill us. I think.
I think
No.
maybe.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not that weird after all the things I've seen.
Oh, am
What?
I? So,
Yeah.
what have you seen?
Where to begin?
Yeah. So,
Please.
how do you guys react to this Dragonborn? Like, you don't know it's a Dragonborn. You just know it's like by its description, it's a Dragonborn.
Clearly surprised, but he's not actually attacking us right now. Which of new
Yeah.
things she's seen puts
I'm
him in the
standing up,
minority.
and my hand's on my sword, but I'm not. I haven't unsheathed it. I haven't made any like aggressive move.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just really kind of pissed.
well,
I wonder where in his lineage this came from.
Foot is just curious. I mean, he is friends with a Displacer Beast.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, what? Have you never seen a Dragonborn before? Oh, that's what that is. No, we haven't, or heard of one.
So
Basic.
Oh.
Groven's just like, something happened.
Let
to
me
you?"
inspect my Pokedex.
Blender accident as a child.
Yeah, he's dressed fairly strangely as well. It's not a he has a very ornate scale armor, not very of a very strange build to it. Very fine cloth, very fine silken cloths and stuff like that. He doesn't look dressed like it's not like any of the armor you guys have seen.
Long shot. Is there any chance the armor or maybe the clothing beneath it has designs that tiefling we fought way back might have had?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
It was,
He does, in fact, take
Yes,
some
just-
sort of affinity to the mage.
Yeah.
He,
Well, he doesn't notice her.
He has a-
like she's masked right now. She doesn't have
right.
Huh. There is something. We've seen that kind of clothing before, though. It was a.
Do you still have that? Do you still have the order scroll? The scroll where he had his orders on it, or did you guys ditch that?
I don't see why we wouldn't have taken it with us. Because it's just paper, right?
Yeah. Well, I remember you guys couldn't translate it.
Yeah. Like. She'll go digging in her bag. This is a bit presumptuous, but. She'll hold out the thing of orders. Can you actually read this? We, found this on a man a while. Well, I say man. He was a tiefling. Wait, I know tiefling, right? I
don't-
know that.
You
We've heard it
you don't
used.
know what they're. You don't necessarily know. I guess like in recent months you've kind of found out what they're called.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean,
What?
Skullington called them that, right?
Yeah. But he was several thousand years old. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically that you assume that's your species as well.
Yeah. A tiefling, a horned, somewhere up above devil lineage person. Let's go move past that right now.
We found this on his corpse. He was like this when we found him.
It said read me, but we couldn't read it. What are the odds?
Read me.
Yeah,
the
it's-
text. What?
Okay, you just know that you couldn't read it. It looked like a type of dialect of common, but it was kind of off, and you couldn't figure it out really.
Yeah, we couldn't read this at the time. He, attacked us rather out of the blue. Which he actually did. I mean, we murdered him in the next turn, but
Yeah,
don't need to
was-
actually say that
was
part.
something.
Turns?
Yeah.
What are turns? No.
But we can't
Yes.
read it. It's not familiar. It looks like common, but
But you people were smart. I'm just not.
Yeah. So anyway, do you hand it over to him or?
After what I just
Yes.
said.
I can't do
All right.
anything with it. It's literally worthless to her right now.
Isn't
so.
int your dump stat?
It is.
All right. Anyway, they hand it over to you, and yeah, it's to you. This is just a common. This is your common dialect. It's what you call common. What most others would call Tarathi, which is an ancient dialect of common. But to you, it's just common. But anyway, as you read it, it appears to be orders to establish a base up in the north. Like you're used to undead. Necromancers are just a part of life, and this guy clearly was a necromancer and was probably casting rituals to command the surrounding undead to help him. He appeared to be he was either searching for something or starting to make a forward base for some various war parties which have landed in the Naltirian Empire.
Right.
Well, meanwhile, you are like part of a more investigative squad, looking for something, but you weren't quite privy to it. It was above your pay grade what exactly you guys were searching for.
Right. How willing would I be to reveal all that though? It's like
Yeah,
she has held up her end of the bargain of telling me what the hell's been going on with them, why they're here.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could just, I don't know how well your bluff is, but you could just lie to them.
Oh no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be like, well, I did ask. What have you seen?
Right.
That's the first thing I do is I look up.
Right.
Well, out of character,
it's
I didn't
pretty
actually
clear
hear that. so.
this forward scout they killed. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Oh well.
If you read between the lines, you find blood.
Whoa. It's a murder mystery.
Tell you about how we found it. The guy was tinkering in a basement. We were going down there. We were clearing out for a merchant family of undead, because we've been finding a lot of undead everywhere. And when we got there, he attacked us. In the course of defending ourselves, he kind of died. But he fired first.
So you've been traveling for the past, how long did you say?
Year.
Year. You've been traveling for a year, fighting undead, and you've not found one solution to it.
Well, we've
It's
kind of
just-
been working
it's-
on the easiest solution, which is also the hardest one, which is just murdering them all.
What?
That's the
to
solution
the
that I
undead.
like.
It's, I'm sure it's a great solution if you're willing to wait about 50 generations. I mean, I guess you gotta start somewhere, but the truth of the matter is, kind of a useless way to do it, if you ask me.
Yeah. The thing is about you guys after the incident happened, there were several seers who sent you and your group on a quest. The portent was it wasn't even about the dusting that happened.
Right.
Like they considered just that an inevitability, but something was going to happen after the dusting, which was going to make things worse. You weren't really privy to what it was,
Right.
but they were sending you and a squad of much more advanced people to investigate something. Like
Would
the
he
other
have
people in the group
known-
were investigating.
Would he have been informed of approximately when in relation to the dust event that this other thing.
They
would've
weren't. They weren't quite sure. It was basically like a group of portents. Like it's not so much a time scale as there's not really much of a time scale as opposed to so many events were supposed to transpire
happened.
before
Okay,
this
you wouldn't
happened.
know any of those.
Yeah, certain events would transpire before like this really horrible thing would happen. This is like the undead apocalypse is actually just a preamble.
Yeah.
It's the
I
warm
can
up.
believe that with all the devil stuff happening as well.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows what might be happening on the demon side? I mean,
You really haven't
Dorsane
encountered
seems to be active, but that's still
Well, that's
undead.
just because that's because ghouls are, coming out of the woodwork because it's their time now. But
Yeah.
as soon as you mention the Asmodean cults or the devil cults, the dragon. Let me look at his name. God damn it.
Ackerfeld.
Agerfeld. Yeah, I'll get it one of these days. Agerfeld kind of perks up at the mention of the devil cults. Like you've seen devil cults, like Ackerfeld has not encountered devil. Like even though he comes from an island of fiendish creatures, they don't really have cults to devils there often. It's a mainly secular society.
Right.
I mean, there's tons of warlocks and stuff like that, but there's no specific worship of devils. Unless, like, maybe there's some underground cults and stuff like that. In fact, the secret police of psionic users that generally root out that kind of crap.
Literal thought crime.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Nice.
So wait, cults, like you still have those?
I mean, the thing is what you were privy to was you were on the trail of what appeared to be like maybe some devil worshipping cults.
Right, but I'm not going to spill that out. I'm not going to be like, oh
Yeah.
well, here was my mission. My mission was to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, you're kind of interested in this.
Yeah.
Them talking about the cults, like
Yeah,
what
I'm
cults?
I'm
Like,
freezing
what
it
are
away
these?
where I want
What happened at these cults?
Yeah.
Well,
Like, I don't know. Do you
I think
guys?
we've already
explain
mentioned
to
a good bit.
cults?
Maybe time for
Like-
you to tell us a little bit about where you're from, or what was actually on that scroll that we could not read.
South.
Are we finally going to get bitten in the ass for keeping that demon portal open?
Fortunately, only 2 people here know about that.
I think by now it's just kind of become a tourist spot. Like someone set up a shop selling tickets.
You're pretty sure that the portal collapsed as the church around it collapsed.
Yeah, after it disgorged what was probably the thing we needed to stop.
Yep. But you did stop it.
No, that was... Or am I mixing
No,
them up?
no.
'Cause the
The
Cambrian came out. Or the one that looked like it.
Yeah. Yeah, you killed her. Remember?
No, she flew off.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, she flew off to
Came
that.
back.
Yeah, she came back. Remember, you killed her. In
Was that her?
In that arena thing with those ghosts.
I thought that was a different one.
okay.
No, it was that one.
Oh,
Doodle.
I never knew that.
But
No,
you
I
did
didn't
okay,
either.
Plot twist.
but yeah, but you did see a mysterious creature fly off from that place to the south. You remember it was that mountain thing where you guys got ambushed and this thing stunned you and
yeah. I thought though that like, I figured that was a different one, and that what we faced was just like an older one who had already been there.
no.
Because it didn't seem like she was new to the place. Or I
No,
didn't pick
she
up
was
on that, I
new
should
to-
say.
No, she that was the one. I thought you knew that.
I think
Sorry.
you did mention it.
Yeah, it was that one. So anyway, yeah, you've
So we got off that scotch-free? Nice.
not exactly no, because there was another creature who had left. Not from that, but there was a creature you saw flying overhead that Tarkus kind of recognized.
Yeah, we
That
saw
makes sense.
Marlesia out there, too.
But yeah, Donnie,
But it was flying, which was weird because Marlesia was a human last time you saw her.
Donnie.
Yeah.
I'll have trusted these guys just enough by this point to tell them what the thing says.
Okay. It's basically the that the necromancer was supposed to establish a basis for operations, and generally, necromancers, they're good at least taming undead. So he was gathering undead for his own personal use and establishing a forward base for his buddies to come in later.
So yeah, how does this help you?
They just needed to know what was going on with that guy.
Well, yeah, but
That's all.
so yeah, okay. So you have this information. What are you going to do with it?
One thing sounds like with what this says and with you here, it looks like we might be getting a lot of Southerners up here. That's good to know.
Southerners. Do you realize how
Islanders.
South I talk about? Y'all realize how south I am? No.
No,
Well,
actually,
Well, that is the Tarathi accent, is it not?
No, the Tarathi accent sounds like Romanian.
I have no clue
Generally,
what
you don't
Romanian
have to.
sounds.
You don't have to. Like
Really?
generally, the ones that are from Minnock, I've been like role playing them as having like kind of a vaguely Eastern European accent.
Considering I only speak through mail slots, maybe it was best I learned the common dialect, I guess. But
I think we have a good idea actually, because maybe not to show you this, I suppose. She'll pull out. I actually have a really good name for him, but I completely forgot now. She'll just pull out the skull.
Yeah,
We've been told about a certain island to the south. I didn't think we'd be seeing any people from it, though. Well, people willingly. Who came here willingly, I should say.
Borgia, Borgia
use that
the
term lightly, please.
Borgia the necromancer. He the former necromancer. He looks at that skull. He's like, "Whoa, where did you get this?"
Got this wicked aura.
No, not even that.
The
He's like,
voice
"I've
keeps
heard
sounding
about
like a
that."
stoner.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
very
like,
bored still.
He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had better weed.
yeah.
When you
But
go
he's like-
through enough devil cults, you come across
Yeah.
certain things.
I suppose.
He's like, I have heard about these types of artifacts before. Does it talk?
When he wants to.
Oh wow.
I love this guy.
I'm down there.
Whoa. Damn.
Jeez.
He's quite intrigued by this. It's like, can you get it to work? Do you know how to turn it on, or what do you got to do to get it to talk?
Well, it takes D batteries, so I mean, it's really.
Well, let's see. I know that in character she knows how to use it as a focus for rituals,
Mm-hmm.
but talking wise,
Specifically, you can get Last Sight once a day for free.
yeah. So far, he's only felt like divulging how to use him for Last Sight, but he'll talk when something comes up that interests him.
Really? Well, maybe we need to crack this bad boy open. He starts. Yeah, as soon as he says that, you immediately get this jolt of frightful as you pull away from him.
It has its uses.
Goes to get a sledgehammer.
Tethrades. So Tethrades just leaves.
He's done. This is too much shit. Way over his head.
It's like, well, if looks like your friend left. Well, if he tattles on me, I got a scrying spell on him as soon as he entered the room.
It's from way far away. You what? No.
Yeah.
Friend's a strong word. He was useful.
Say,
on the road, though.
relax, just
was-
it's just clear. It's clear audience. I'm not gonna see nothing, But yeah, everybody who's in this room, I can totally hear at any time. But yeah, just loose lips and all that stuff. He's like, geez, lady, take it easy. I didn't mean literally crack him open. I was just gonna test him out, you know.
Well,
You eat up a little bit. He pulls out a wand and kind of taps it on the skull. He's like, You know, the funny thing about these is they can grant last sight, but their own last sight is very limited. We might be able to unlock some more of the memories of this skull. Maybe give us a little more insight. Do you know how old it is?
I feel like you've told me. What was it? I saw when they cut the guy's head off. Wasn't that? Do I have an exact time for that?
You don't know.
Oh, okay.
Centuries ago, there were still there was that weird cult. Like basically the last memories was it was a giant horrifying orgy and he got his head chopped off.
Yeah. I don't know the exact date. The only memory he's currently granted access to was not very telling in that regard.
Yeah. It's like, well, you know, maybe we could do something about that. And he starts trying to chant like a couple rituals to see what he can do, and he immediately gets blasted back from the skull. Lands into a pile of books. He's like, oh, son of a bitch. Gets up. He's like, well, it clearly does not trust me. You think you could coax something out of it? And he tosses a wand at you.
Clearly, you're too old.
Clearly, he likes you better.
Some familiarity there. Okay. Let's do it then. So what do I do with the wand?
No,
Out of
it's just,
character.
he's just like, no, there's nothing really. It's just he was using that as his focus specifically. It's just a magic wand.
Oh, okay.
He was just using it to help him focus.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, basically you're attempting like a sort of quasi last sight ritual, but you're going to have to expend components for it. Luckily, he has some components already set up, so you're not going to have to expend any from your own pool.
Okay.
But you will have to roll a pretty damn good Arcana check
Oh, great.
to try to unlock more memories than just, you know, the very few flashes you got.
Let's see. So glad I used up that 19 on that religion check earlier. So glad.
Okay. See what that does. I'm making up my own kind of thing. It's not like the actual last sight ritual. It's similar.
Okay.
It's basically like the last sight, but there's a couple extra bonuses because you're using it to coax out like the rest of his memories because it's still a sentient creature.
Second to last sight.
Yeah, yeah, second to last sight ritual. Okay. It's like you're not sure what you've done. The skull does not like respond or anything like that. It's very inert at the moment, as it has been, except for when it did that force push a little bit earlier. But it at least allowed you to fiddle with it. But other than that, it doesn't respond. No, it seems to have a mind of its own, and it likes to talk when it wants to talk.
Okay. Kind of figured it was like that. So wasn't Deke able to unlock anything, or did that not make the grade?
You don't know yet.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Oh. Even if I was successful, that might end up happening just at night anyways. That's how the last one happened.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Borgia puts his finger up to his ear. He's like, "Oh, all right." He's talking to someone. Okay, he's ordering a drink, and he's ordering another drink, and he's ordering another drink. Okay, I'll keep my ear out for him as long as he's not a squealer. I think we're good.
Sit down, Frank.
But he seems to be through with your shit. I'm pretty sure. Yep. He just said I'm through with their shit. Wow. Yeah, he really does not like you guys. Especially the short bitch with the horns. What? Who's got horns
Okay,
here?
Tess would not
And
be.
he looks over at Hemic. He's like, you don't seem that short.
I'll just shrug.
But no, Tess wouldn't be that.
He's drunk.
Depends how many of those drinks is he downed
Like,
already.
he's not your character anymore.
Like, was he downing those drinks as soon as he was ordering them?
Yeah, he's a dwarf though. They
Yeah,
need to
that's-
down for a
that's-
little bit for it.
Stereotypes.
Look,
Yeah,
you have the
fictional
racial
lover. There's
bonus
been-
to
there's
like
been about
poisons for endurance and whatever.
Yeah. Seriously, dwarves are like expert drinkers. But yeah, fictional lover. There's been about 1,000 murders by this point.
What? Huh?
No, I'm just looking at the chat.
Oh, I was like, yeah, he's a real drinker. There's been 1,000 murders. I was like, what?
He's an angry drunk.
Yeah,
Wow.
Okay.
yeah. It's like this is what happens when I NPC characters. That's why I usually leave it up to other people.
That's why you don't NPC characters. People die.
I know, right?
So let's see. We
Like, I'm
messed
sorry,
with the skull.
I'm naturally chaotic neutral with my playstyle. I can't help it. Which is not very good for the rest of the party.
Let's see, we've discussed the Necro Shard. Is there anything else to talk about? Oh, excuse me. Just curiosity, the Pale Lady who came through, did she leave? She's still hanging around?
Oh no, she booked
No.
it. She's out.
Like, she'd never leave this place. Can't even go outside.
Yeah, it's
Everywhere.
yeah for Ackerfeld, it's a little weird seeing humans that aren't either subjugated or enslaved.
Or brainwashed.
Yeah,
Or he sees it as brainwashed. It's like, oh, everyone's so happy-go-lucky because his beautiful little angel came out and had solved all the problems.
Yep.
Even though not really, because
yeah.
she
It's
was
like,
just
well, yeah,
really
but
lucky.
yeah, you saw this creature. You barely got a glimpse at her. You ran your ass off. Like after your leader, who is a much higher rank and much more powerful than you, just instantly got decapitated as this bright flash flew past.
Yeah.
I mean, the people were fearful of you guys when you rolled into town. You had, tieflings and dragonborn, not disguised or anything like that.
But at
just
least the
walking
tieflings
around.
could look human. Mr. Dragonborn over here ain't passive for nothing.
Well, I mean, they still had horns and tails, and it was pretty weird looking.
Yeah, but I mean, there's
And
robes.
so, yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Robe and Dragonborn.
yeah. Well, yeah, and dragonborn don't have tails. That's the weird part.
Yeah, I did kind of find it weird. at
They might
first.
have little stubby ones.
Yeah, like. But yeah, it's like a coccyx. It's not big, but anyway,
It's in the wrong place, though.
yeah. yeah, your unit was basically wiped out in less than a minute by this creature. You managed to run away. It did not follow.
It wanted to leave a survivor.
But the thing is, as this thing went through town, according to Borgia, it was actually there for about a week. As it appeared to be cleaning the town, so to speak, it was able to rout the undead and get rid of them. So
Was it
something.
selective, or was the town just super duper lucky that it didn't target any of them?
It was very selective, you would think. Like, none of the townspeople were injured at all.
So he'd still be better. It's just now he knows a little bit why. Like, this is definitely a systematic sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of highly convenient that it's only this town that gets this little angel of theirs, and apparently, according, since 5 people just marched into them saying they've been fighting undead for a year, I guess it doesn't really do much outside. So yeah, what a savior.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, but the entire town is enamored with this creature.
Oh, I'm sure he's very well aware.
Yeah, and the local governor, I guess you could call him, the provincial governor, has apparently met directly with this creature.
Oh. Yeah.
And has already commissioned a statue of it, which is slowly being worked on. Like, it's a zombie apocalypse, but I mean, the artisans, they gotta make some money. They gotta make some bank.
Yeah.
So that's happening.
Yep. That's why he's cooped up here, because he don't want to see none of it. Don't want to hear none of it. Nobody else to. It's an apartment, not exactly like a house in the woods.
Right. So anyway, so what do you guys do now?
So where are you guys headed? Why? I assume you're here for rest and relaxation. I mean, I'm sure all these people are, but where do you go next? I'm done with this. I've been here for weeks. I can't take any more of it.
Honestly, I don't think we didn't think that far ahead. This is actually a good hub place to separate in several different directions. Probably going to discuss where we're going to head after this.
Don't really have any plans at the moment. We've not had a lot of plans for a while now.
Well, I see Mr. Platon symbol dude over there. He seems to be pretty bulky, but the rest of you, I'm surprised you've lasted this long. I'm pretty sure you'd need another person like him. Maybe someone a little bit more. I want to say intimidating. Assured.
In character, this is actually a perfectly acceptable way for someone to try to insert themselves into the party. Because we've had a weird party at times. So, Cintique's not going to question this. Come along, get hit on the road. First, we need to decide where we're going.
Yeah.
And
I don't think Activault's going to be doing anything that day until y'all leave. Because I don't think they want to see me in the streets. Well, okay, actually, no.
Borgia's actually like, well, there's not a lot of people out after dark. You can probably walk around the evenings, just
right.
He's like, just wear this, and he just puts like a little hood over your head, like a little cloak with a hood. It's like,
Donnie. Okay, so let's say I did come out in the daytime. Mm-hmm. Let's just hypothetical scenario here. Someone finds me. What do they do? Because maybe
Generally,
Borgia-
they're just scared. Generally, they're just scared of you. Nobody like
Scream
if
and run.
I'm just a
Yeah.
plague.
they don't really like even the guards probably wouldn't know what to do with you if you explain unless you like explained yourself. But even
Well, like,
even
just
then, they would
look
probably
like-
just
feel like doing that. Damn it. Like all the attention is gonna be like, no. No, please.
yeah. I mean, you'll draw attention if you walk around in the day, but
Like he
Gen-
knows he's scary looking, but he doesn't want to be like the guy that people, that like regular people fear. It's
well, I mean, you're scary looking, like you have a very foreign appearance as well to you, and
xenophobes.
yeah, drycophobes. But yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. It will like at the most you probably have to worry about is just drawing attention to yourself.
yeah.
At best, you'll draw attention to yourself. At worst, you'll probably have a run-in with the guards who, if you're not breaking any laws, they probably won't just attack you on sight.
But they will
For
pat
one
you
line,
down,
they-
so
'Cause
don't
here-
steal
'cause here-
anything.
here's- Because here's the thing: when you guys did roll into town, the guard, that's pretty much what happened. Where the guards, they did not know what to do with you. Like as soon as y'all rolled into town,
These are not good
Ooh,
guards.
Actually,
They're not trained.
Johnny, what time
Yeah.
of day did this attack occur?
it occurred. Well, I guess midday.
Okay, so yeah, he's not going to go out except at nighttime,
Okay.
or like between like, say, I mean, considering time, like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's like his most comfortable hour. The other half of the day, he's just inside.
Right.
Well, how about in character? Just in Borgia's house, he seems like a cool enough dude. We'll decide what we're doing here. I do think we should stay in.
Hey,
She wouldn't have used those words in character.
cool dude.
Hey, Lamau.
He's not an alien.
But I think we should probably be in the city at least a day or two because. Actually, I don't even know if this is the case. Borgia, is there a house of learning, or do any of the temples have any notable libraries here?
It's like you're looking at it. Library wise, I suppose you could get some books at the actual local branch library, but nothing in depth. Not really a whole lot of arcane users around here.
Of course. It generally hasn't been along this whole journey. Okay. Well, that'd be for later, so, what do people think we should do now? Because we've reached Verenium City.
We have been on the road to Verenium City.
Trying to think of a setting name based on computer, but not seeing anything
No.
No.
that would fit.
We'll head to Pewter Marius. Stretch.
Computer.
But it does say we got enough. Really enough for that to get out here. I like that.
That can come to
All minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
It was like the way the trip was, you had like 9 days plus half day, and if you got up like 8 in the morning and walked, for 8 hours, well, I guess it's a afternoon, but well, you didn't even walk 8 hours, you walked 4 hours, so I guess it is noon right now.
And let's see, from here we can head to Port Marius. Because we're heading towards the capital. Now we should go back into the wilderness. But I guess
You did mention that that jar had something to do with 6 hours.
Yeah, might as be just go to land as I need to go for Marius, hit up Imperial Capital, and then go to the 6 towers.
So, because if we go to this shard speed, well, better go prepared.
The one worry about that is we're not supposed to have this shard. And also, I mean, when Borgia asked about it, they eventually kicked him out. So it's possible if we get there, we might be able to find out something, or they might confiscate us from us and try to throw us. Well, they really wouldn't throw us in jail. They have other ways of taking care of people.
The incinerator.
Target practice, yes.
Yeah,
Like, we have a crematorium here.
it might work to our advantage though if we keep it secret and we just try to find out more about general other stuff.
Okay.
Keep it secret. Keep it
Pretty
safe.
big trip.
secret? Is it safe?
What about you, Hemek? How do you feel about heading to Port Marius?
Whatever.
My whole family's dead.
No, the direction
David is now Batman
whatever.
now.
Why it looks
Okay, well,
This session.
Say what?
That's basically got so much this session.
Yeah, you haven't really been talking. All right, there's another dwarf here.
you.
He's actually reading one of them.
he was another dwarf, but now he
You
is
need a
dwarf.
magnifying glass to read some of this stuff because it's written in tiny, tiny shorthand.
Groven has a small monocle. You can like turn it.
Roll an intelligence check to see if you can decipher what the hell this is, what the hell he's saying. Like a d20 plus what, 2? Or 3? It's d20 plus, yeah, d20 plus 2.
What's that?
That would be 3,
4,
because
it's
half
half
level
level.
is now plus 4.
Half levels
Minus
plus
1.
4 now? Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
we're
plus
level
4. Okay. Holy shit. You can actually read some of this.
+2 -1
Nice.
Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
supposed to be 1 higher, but I don't think big difference between 22 and 21.
Yeah, you're really able to read stuff. So. It is dense. Like I
The heck?
the Groven stuff is freaking dense. You understand it, like you've been like you're able to understand this. Man, is this a boring read? It's an academic paper. The one that you haven't picked up is on the proper use of necromancy, like responsible use of necromancy.
It's like
Now
you-
I can spot an unethical necromancer.
Yeah, that's the necromancy. They're a lot easier to spot now.
Goes against our moral code.
The next time
okay,
we
here's the thing.
Necromancer, I'll be able to get bonus.
It is easier, like at this point, you're pretty sure it would be easier to spot an ethical necromancer because they're generally the ones that aren't doing it.
Or
most of the necromancy spells that are most common are ones that are generally you're not supposed to use.
Well, which one's
Like the idea of last sight, like is basically a treatise on things like a last sight ritual and stuff like that, which can be useful for like solving crimes.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Oh no,
It's-
I want
it's
to play
that kind of
Necromancer
treatise.
Cup. Dang it.
Yeah,
Necro Cup.
necrocop. Ew.
part-
That
he's a
has some
werewolf.
other connotations.
One of them's a necromancer. The other's the victim.
Together they fight crime.
So yeah, as Groven is going through these dense tomes, being bored out of his mind, What are the rest of you guys doing?
Agravo's just waiting for an out so that he can actually, get out of this place.
Yeah.
I'm doing basically nothing.
See, I'm hesitant because there's one thing it's unrelated to the rest of the party except Hemic that I'm thinking of, but I don't
Oh yeah,
know.
ask
I mean,
Nick, have you heard about anything about the beast? And then just like commenting answers.
That was like the beast thing. You wouldn't know. That was clearly a very specific thing related to the Shadow Legion, which you guys haven't actually encountered any of.
Right.
what I'd actually
Well,
ask
I'm
would
not
be,
saying it as Agravo. I'm just saying it like in general.
I'd actually be asking if he would know it. I'm not sure if I would actually ask this.
Maybe at a time when Hemic isn't here or
I mean,
there.
Dill, are you thinking you're still going to retire Hemic once we get to Port Marius?
Yes. Just
If
pretty
you
much
guys
for the
go
same
that
reason
way.
before, because it's just like not going to. It's like I still feel like it's dragging the party towards like not doing good things.
Because I
He
mean,
just needs his reformation.
And in character, he does not. I mean, that may happen. I mean,
because what I was basically, you know what? Screw it, I'll ask it anyways.
he's not going to pretty at this point. Right now, whatever you do, he's pretty much not going to care.
Boy, this might sound a little crazy, but do you know anything about like ancestral curses? Something that would be like something that would curse their blood that eventually down the line they would have an evil offspring. Do you know anything like that?
Let me see what his. Let me check his intelligence modifier real quick. I'm looking. He's gonna have to think about. Oh, that's okay. He's got an Arcana of 9. I'll roll his Arcana.
Hope he has like a +30. Better than mine.
He's looking around in his books. Curses. He's like, sorry, I mainly deal in necromancy. It's kind of my specialty, or at least it was. I don't do that anymore.
I don't.
I understand what you mean. It's not in my ken either. I
Yeah,
deal
he
more-
just got his 5-year chip.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe some local witch or something like that, if you could find one. Not really any covens I know of.
Oh, something like that. Well, if that's the case, that would actually probably be wherever Hemic's from. Actually, this was just last week. I apologize. Did he mention Port Marius or Marius at all last time?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No, people still don't know he makes actual identity except for the people who are dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, Tarkus isn't dead. That might have been. Was that mentioned by the guys in that fight? Probably not.
No. It was mentioned privately in a tent to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
specifically.
That was before the fight happened. When they ran into, yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
The Hemisode.
local.
To be fair, I think that it should be the first one since we kind of got a second one here.
Yeah.
Last time.
Kinda.
Cintique's mask like swirls facing her and she's like, well, maybe I'll ask about that later. Okay, something local. That actually would make sense for something like this, I guess. I guess that's it.
He's like, okay, I mean, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. This place is kind of crowded, and I don't like so many people crowded in one room. It kind of freaks me out.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Rather have a proper bed
It's
anyways.
nothing. It's not paranoia. Like I've got so many runes on this floor. If you kick one the wrong way, this whole place might go up. Just Don't bump into
Don't
anything.
worry, Dad. I'll move out.
Okay. Ackerfeld didn't share his name yet, right?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to at least be here for a day, so we'll probably need to look for an inn, and we may want to look for some resources, because Port Marius isn't close. So, we're not going to leave tonight, so we'll probably be back sometime tomorrow. You didn't actually give us your name. How would you-
Ackerfeld.
Ackerfeld.
And believe me, it's quite the honor for me to have even admitted it at all.
Oh.
Quite a privilege.
I'm Cintiq. That is Yemek, that is blah 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 blah, going around and choosing them all.
That is, yeah, you'll figure it out later.
There's Flint, we
Keely,
sometimes
Feely,
forget he's
Biffer,
there.
Bofer, Boffer, Nori, Dory, Ori, Dwalin, Balin,
There's Jim Bob, there's Jim Bob, there's
There
Jim
is
Bob.
Roland, or she used to be called
Chun-Li,
Dolan.
Balrog, Guile, Kung
Very
Lao,
fun.
Liu Kang.
Flopsy, Mopsy.
Dopey,
that was Grover, who
Grumpy,
you pointed out
Sneezy.
earlier.
I was about to do that. Dang it. I was like, I'm just trying to remember all 7 of them.
Comet, Cupid, Donner Blitzen.
Like, Blitzen's here?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
And Pikachu.
Oh.
We will probably be
Nibble
back.
Clamp, Ass Cloud, Sanichu,
We'll be back sometime tomorrow,
Common
Boja.
Whore.
Let's just ignore the DM and get on with it.
We'll go get a
Yes.
room in an inn somewhere now. Thank
Okay,
you for your time.
you'll need to roll a streetwise check to try to find him. I don't know, Ackerfeld, are you going with him?
Can we
Yeah,
instead of
Borgia's allowing you to stay with him, but the rest of them, he just seriously does not have any room.
Can we
Because if
instead
someone
of rolling
bumps
a
something wrong,
streetwise
it gets
check-
screwed. Say what?
Instead of rolling a streetwise check, can we just ask the guy who lives in the city?
Yeah, well, we both sort of have been here for 6 weeks, at least.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Borgia's been here for a long time. Yeah, he's like, Borgia's like, man, I keep to myself, you know. I just, like, seriously, there's a market just, like, a little bit down the way, and I go there and I get, like, wine and food and
I get chicken.
stuff like that.
Fine.
It's chicken tenders and other stuff. I get my sundries there, and then I come back here and I work. So, you know, I have, like, I know, like, maybe one street around here.
And after the work, I like work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's arm day today. I gotta work.
It's arm day every day.
Well, thank you for that. If we
Beer
can't find
day
the way,
today.
we'll just ask someone on the street.
Oh, yeah, that's not. Oh, wait, well, that's something.
Ackerfeld, Ackerfeld, you managed. You had a little bit of like you actually went around not necessarily shaking people down, but when you and your party initially rolled into town, I keep saying rolled into town like you're a bunch of thugs. when you guys came, yeah, jacking them bitches, slapping them hoes.
Staying straight.
But anyway, when you and your posse came rolling through, you I wouldn't say shook down, but you asked around for a bunch of stuff from the locals and things like that, trying to get a lay of the land. So you're familiar with this place to a degree, but you know where some inns might be located. Yeah, it's Borgia, Borja. Yeah, Borgia.
Oh, okay. Always like the ZH.
Yeah. So anyway, so are you guys going out during the daytime hours?
I don't see
Or were y'all gonna wait till like the like during the evening? Like I think Ackerfeld had mentioned he didn't want to go out, during the daytime.
If push had to come to shove, he would. But I mean, if fate's gonna come to him in any sort of fashion anyway, and it's not like a disguise is going to help against what he resumes is something divine.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It really doesn't make much of a
At
difference,
some point,
like timing wise, whether or not you want to go out. Like it would be, you'd be hassled a lot less at night.
yeah,
Well,
that thing.
how about this? How about we wait till it gets to like? Because I mean, all the talking with Borgia probably took a while, and
Yeah.
Groban
Oh,
wants to look through his book a bit. So why don't we just stay till it starts to get to like twilight? Then we'll leave and look for an end then.
Like 7.
Yeah. Cintiq, roll an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
You flipped over the book.
That's not gonna go well. Huh, that's right, it's the top one.
Oh wow, you don't slip on an upside down slice of pizza. That was just on the floor.
Oh, that's where that one went. I thought I stole it.
We'll wait till twilight and leave then. Because we'll also need to go to the market and we should look for a little bit more rations. Actually,
Yeah, sound good.
Okay.
does anyone else want to go out and find what the best way to get to Port Marius is? Because if you look on the map,
Yeah.
there's that little bridge, but so bodies of water.
You have to find actual boat and search.
Would there be anyone who actually has
Well-
ferries across there?
Yeah, probably. There's a huge lake here. You'd probably be able to rent a boat.
So like if we were to head out, when we head out, we'd go to like there. But
This is about it could be road river.
Oh god.
I'll look for the other one.
Yeah.
Still got a place in Memphis. Alright. Rolling on the river.
That's it. There we go.
and video lane.
I was out the good side of the city. Did hitch a ride on a riverboat queen. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the CR version a little better.
So
But any
yeah, leaving at twilight.
yeah. So you're going. So yeah. I guess it's not even gonna be hard when just kind of I think keep a low profile. Like I'll just roll back. Gonna block. It's gonna be like
Okay.
you kind of keep trying to keep low profile, but disguise is like bluff. So. To be unassuming. So
Terrible.
is that a bluff?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll yourself. Well, it kind of balances out. You're gonna probably get some weird looks from anybody who gets close enough to you, but unless you walk directly into the light and start talking to people, you're probably gonna be okay.
If they ask questions, I'll just roll diplomacy.
Yeah.
I'll just say
That
it's
is-
good cosplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, as what?
You never seen Insert Show?
Which turned him into Newt. There.
You guys go to the nearest inn. That's the poorhouse is full now. And
What else is poor?
well, most of the poorhouses are full, but
Oh.
there's more than But
Yeah. There's one.
yeah, there's one more. No, there's like 4 houses for 4 people. But the inns you go to generally up. One exception. The one place that's open is a real handle. Yeah, it's
You
the,
Maybe it shouldn't. It's a good hotel that's not full up.
That might not be a good thing.
No, probably not, but it's different.
yeah, it's called the Queen's Goddess.
God, lovely.
Oh.
Oh no, that's not the Queen. Sorry, the Lady's Goddess. That's what it's called.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, that's
Better.
Yeah, it's like 9. Yeah, the Lady's Goddess.
that doesn't change much. It just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
The
the
sign
only
out. The
place.
sign, there's a very ornate sign out front. Very nice.
Sure it is.
You know what? I just want to sleep. Let's see how much rooms cost. How many they have. So who's the way in?
Keep your on side. Not good price.
Actually, you're probably. Oh, you're gonna have to.
Oh no, you can just say there's a certain size already out there. It shouldn't matter that you're a dragon technically, so. Well, you know what you are.
I know what I am, Elise.
Just do you,
A proud dragon.
but don't eat people like a dragon.
Yeah, the proud
Okay.
dragon was already full.
There were flaming zombies.
The
Here.
proud dragon and the modest devil were full.
Oh.
I'll head in with you, Rowan, in case it comes down to that. I can occasionally be good at bartering down stuff. So,
You walk in the front. I'm gonna say this right now. You guys are quite. Your clothes are quite travel weary. Like even if they're clean from like prestidigitation, still you're still quite tattered and frayed, all about. As is the the nature of your adventuring for over a year. You come in and the people here are dressed mainly in finery and stuff like this. There's a very I wouldn't say strict dress code, but there's a very there's an air of aristocracy in here. It seems like this is usually a place where traveling traveling well-to-do people, not necessarily like royalty or anything, who would probably stay at the castle go, but there are very well-to-do people in here. It would look like. And go to receptionist, or I don't know, the innkeeper, I guess.
Yeah.
He's actually quite friendly. He's not snobby. He's like, "Oh, welcome, welcome. We don't get many adventurers in here, but usually they align the coins. Always a welcome sight. Maybe you could regale us with some of your tales."
And with some of your money.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
he's kissing y'all's ass like crazy.
Oh, maybe at another time. But first, we would like a place to rest.
Ah, very, very good. Only the finest rooms for such a gentleman.
Speaking
Hey,
of which,
looks-
how many rooms do we need? And he kind of like turns back to Cintiq.
well, let us see what rooms they have.
It's like, well, surprisingly, we have a master's suite, usually reserved for any royalty that aren't directly associated with the lord here in town. There's 2 rooms, 2 beds in each room. In addition, we have several nice accommodating suites for whoever can fit in. We're not picky about who stays in our rooms, as long as they have the coin, of course.
Right.
Nagavel's like, today's my lucky day.
I don't think they've seen this guy before.
He's like, he's not going to piss on the sheets, is he?
Guys, I'm not saying we should burn this town and leave, but we should burn this town and leave.
Why?
It's too good. Someone has been a complete asshole, been like completely racist to us.
Well, let us see what the price is first. And we'll determine how burned down things might need to be.
Price is one dirty elf. Wait, what?
Well, we could technically pay that pretty easily, but I don't think
Yeah,
we
well-
would do that.
Well, of course, as part of a package deal, for 20 gold apiece, we could give you a banquet in addition to a room.
What about mending our clothes? Some of them have been damaged.
Oh, yes, we do have that as well. And don't worry, there's a steal on that. 1 gold apiece for the tailor.
God damn.
I mean, we can pay 20 gold apiece.
Definitely.
That's like a.
I mean, really, most inns are like a gold for a night.
One.
or
But
2
this is
gold.
fancy, and we get to
Yeah.
feel important.
Well, to be honest, I mean, we're going to be out on the road again. So if we're going to be here for one night...
you gotta realize a gold is like $100 bill.
Yes.
Yeah, like this
Yeah.
is rip off.
Wait, a bell and whistle is $100?
It's hard to make.
Look at the price, like randomly look at the pricing on like.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about
Some
it.
of
A
the
copper
prices.
piece is like a copper piece is like a penny. Silver
Yeah.
piece is like $1 bill.
I guess a
Yeah.
candle would be $1.
Okay, well, Groven can negotiate if he wants first.
Still, for a fancy room, that's not that bad, so I'm still calling it. We're
I would
This
like
can
to
be a good
inspect the
place.
roots first. Because I can't decide on... I can't remember how Groven sounds.
Okay, you'll need to roll a diplomacy on that though.
Yeah. That's a random price.
Inspect the
Diplomacy.
rooms.